So here's my process for uploading to Cricut or Cricut. I'm going to I'm on my new canvas. I've already started, but I thought it would be useful for you to see how I do this. I'm going to go to upload. I'm going to upload an image from my computer, and I'm on this one now. Click open, click continue, and then I'm going to scroll down here a little bit, select this magic wand tool. I haven't got the subscription. I know you can remove the background if you have, but I'm going to do this by choice anyway, even if I did have a subscription, because I don't want to remove all of the white bits. I only want to remove the outlines, everything that's around my objects. I don't, for instance, want to accidentally come in and delete that area there. So choose the magic wand tool, apply and continue, and then flat graphic and continue, and then upload. And this will add a layer on top of everything that I've already got going on here. So import that. There it is, and it's facing at 90 degrees to the rest. So I'm going to flip that round, rotate it 90 degrees, and just pop it. It hasn't gone, has it? 90 degrees, hit enter, there we are, and pop it on there. And then I'm going to carry on and upload all of my other files in the same way. Continue, select my magic wand, because I only want to take away the white that's surrounding these objects, not any white that might be inside the objects. So that's important. Apply and continue. Flat graphic, continue. Upload. And I want to flip this 90 degrees as well. It's important that everything is facing the same direction. Right, I'm going to carry on doing that for the rest of this kit. So now I've got everything uploaded on my page, all 10 pages, not the background papers, I haven't done those. And we can move them, we can select them all and move them over here a bit so we can see what we're doing better. Right, now what's important is that everything fits. Let's reduce our page a little bit so we've got more room here. And I'm just going to select all of these pages separately so I can see what's going on with them. Here's my biggest page. I'm assuming that's my biggest page. Yes, it is. And I'm now going to sit all of the other pages directly on the top of that. I don't want anything as far as possible hanging off over the edge. This is my biggest page. Look at that. That's going to have to hang over the edge just slightly. That's okay, and I'm just going to line these up as best as I'm able so they're all sitting neatly on top of one another. And there is a method to my madness. There we go, that will do fine. Now you can see here, obviously over on the right, all of these have got this little exclamation mark. The image is too large, yes, we know that. I'm going to select all of them now, all of those, select them that way, and then I'm going to come down here, bottom right, and I'm going to hit attach. Okay, now within that attach, I've still got all of my files individually, but they're all acting as one thing. So what I can do now is go over to the right here, click this exclamation mark, change my paper size. I know I'm going to be printing on A4. You may well have US letter, go for that. Check that's fine, that's fine. And now I'm going to auto resize this image. And it's going to change everything to the right size for me. So now I'm ready to go ahead and print as I normally would. And I am going to turn off everything except the bottom layer. So I know that I've reduced everything proportionately now. Everything is the right size. We can zoom in. It's not that tiny. I'm just well and truly zoomed out. There it is in all its glory. And now I can hit make as normal. I think I'll save me project. This is my hamper. There we are. And now I can go ahead and print as normal, and I'm within my guidelines, and you can see how I'm only just within my guidelines here, and that's exactly what I wanted. My pamper hamper is going to print out slightly smaller than it would if I was cutting it by hand, obviously, because I've had to lose a bit. I've just got to take that on the chin. If you're using a Cricut machine and you want to do print then cut, which is great, it's a really excellent feature, then you have to accept that you're going to be slightly smaller than if you were hand cutting. So I can now send that to my printer and proceed in the normal way. You can hear me printing. You can hear me printing away in the background. So I have Cricut this page now, and I'm going to now turn on the next page and turn off the page underneath, and then I can go ahead and cut this page out. Now obviously a lot of my pages are reverse printed, and what you can hear going on in the background is me printing my pages. If I go back to here, you can see all my pages in order. So what I will do is I will print out, I've got a choice of 3 backing sheets. I'm going to be using 2 of them. So I'll have a look at the order in which I'm going to be Cricutting these, and I'll decide, okay, I want a flowery background for that one, flowery background for that one, flowery background for that one, and I think everything else I need plain because I want writing spaces there. So I'll print out 3 pages of the floral pattern paper, and then I'll print out 7 pages of the plain backing sheet, pop those back through my printer so that then I know that I can just go ahead and print these pages on the front sides of those reverse prints that I've just made, and I'm good to go, and it really improves my workflow. So this one I now know that I can make. I'm going to pop my paper back through the printer, and I know it's all in the right order because that's the way I printed it out. I can then continue, check my page size is right, that's A4, that's right for me, continue, send this to the printer, hit print, and once that's ready, choose your cardstock. Mine is actually 250 gram, but this Cricut isn't as good as my older one at cutting. So I've got a heavier cardstock there, and I know that I need to give it more pressure to get through my card nicely. So refer to this window up here, up top left, to see which way round. You can hover over that to see which way round your piece needs to go on your mat, and then feed that in, which is what I'm doing now, and you can't see, and print it out, and there you go, you're all done.